Hello, YouTube. I miss YouTube. Hi, everyone. I highly recommend you grab a cup of coffee or a tea because this video, I'm anticipating this video is going to be long, but I love long conversations and I want to talk to you, whoever you are, whatever you are in the world right now. I'm talking to you, my audience. So, I don't even know where to start, but I think I'm just gonna share all my thoughts out loud with all the updates. I also do really want to start from a very important idea or a thought that I have been wanting to share for a very long time. I usually show up on YouTube very happy and very satisfied, and I share my insights and I share my great things that I've done or things that I'm excited to do and things like that. So very positively. And I do think it's very important to mention that I'm not like that every single day. And I don't want to create a picture here of me being always happy, always satisfied, always content, and always perfect. No, this is not the reality. The reality is I have the inspiration to post only after I go through a certain downside in my, let's call it mental or emotional state. So we all have waves, right? And it's okay. At this point, I'm not really worried about me being sad one day or me being frustrated or me being stressed. I know it's part of life, it's part of the experience, but I don't really have the energy or the desire to record videos, though I do really want to promote authenticity on YouTube, and I do really want to show the real not so perfect moments of our lives, and specifically mine. I mean, I feel like people relate a lot more to difficulties that we all overcome than to we all also relate to the dreams and the excitement and the ideas and inspirations, but we all go through difficulties, right? And I think it's important to bring that topic up and do talk about it. And so the whole point of this intro is to say that I'm not happy all the time. I wish I could record videos when I'm not completely happy so I can share what's going on with me, but I don't. And I'm usually, when I'm in my kind of downsides, I'm going through processes and I'm understanding a lot about myself, about my life, about my next steps. I'm very independent. I don't really, not that I don't seek advice, but I know that answers are within and nobody really can tell me what to do. They can guide me, they can brainstorm ideas with me, but it's usually I need to spend time with myself, by myself, digging deeper into listening and trying to hear that voice that always knows what's next, what to do next. So with that being said, I came out from my down moment almost last night. I just moved to a new apartment, and I'm very happy. I'm absolutely happy. This is the best apartment I've had. It has the view to the ocean, the Caribbean Sea. It has the view for the sunrise and the sunset. It has 2 balconies. It has the pool. It has AC. It has everything. It has absolutely everything. But you know what I didn't estimate? The fact that moving to a new place is also stress. And I thought, well, I moved a lot in my life. I moved countries, I moved continents, I moved a lot. I don't even know. I think eventually I'd like to count one day how many times I've packed my luggage or how many times I've unpacked. I think it'd be like over 20 times, because I do also move within one country. But I also consider it moving. It is moving. And I don't know about other people, but me transitioning from one environment where I'm very much used to everything to a new environment is stressful. And again, I thought that I am completely capable of moving without any sort of extra stress in my life. Like I have my routines, I have my job, I have my things that I do, and I was like, well, it's just a new place. Like it's the place within the same city. It's Playa del Carmen. I haven't moved to a different country. I haven't moved to a different city even. I've moved like 4 blocks closer to Central. Yet the reality is that new place requires adjustment, and it requires this a bit of energy to like get used to the new space. So here's that. Then regarding my work situation, you all know that I've been freelancing, running my agency, doing my stuff, social media marketing and stuff like that, and it's all great. But I've been also feeling that I also want to do something else, something more creative, something where I can express other parts of myself and monetize those. And I've been quite stuck with not really knowing what it is. I know my skills, I have ideas, but for some reason I wasn't acting upon them, and I do know the reason why right now. Last night I had an insight, and this is why I actually decided to record this video. I know it's very long, but if you watched up until now, bonus, you have a very big great opportunity to have an insight. So the insight is, I think people who are successful or happy or are satisfied, or entrepreneurs, business owners that just drive and have the force and have the energy, they are very much connected to their inner child. The thing is, our inner child, in its pure sense, is never afraid. It's never worried. It's never thinking about the judgments of what other people are gonna think, and how is it gonna go, and how am I gonna survive on this? Is it gonna be profitable? Inner child doesn't care. But inner child has a lot of energy. It's like a little bomb that just wants to do stuff. Like it's there is this inner force. It's like nature, and it's pure expression. It's only when we grow up we're like, oh, my mom said this, and then my aunt said this, and then my friend said this, and now I'm not gonna do this, blah blah blah, all this crap, traumas. We'll get it. We're working on this. But inner child just wants to create, and creation is literally what I think we all are here supposed to do. We're not supposed to follow somebody else's rules or what somebody else thinks that we should do, or even I've been thinking for a while about the school system, about the like education, how we do it, and like I feel like we are trying to constrain people from a very young age as to like how the things are supposed to be, where in reality I think we all have the inner compass within us that usually tells us what to do, and that compass wants to create. And most of the times, if you're really gonna ask people 100 times, like, what is it that you want to do, eventually, at least with people that I've talked, and I've talked to quite a lot of people in this life, everybody wants to create something nice. Everyone wants to solve a problem. Everyone wants to serve. Everyone wants to make other people happy. We all are here to do good. Like, we all have this, like the inner goodness in us. And I think it's coming from the inner child. So I have finally connected to my inner child, and I have finally so I've had ideas about how I want to monetize my other skills and how I want to do my other projects, apart from social media marketing. And I think I know now. And not that I know now, it's like now I'm not feeling scared or afraid because I've allowed myself. Like last night I was thinking, I couldn't sleep until like 3 a.m. in the morning. Last night I was like, just create. Forget about, don't even worry about how perfect is it gonna be, how organized or successful it's gonna be, what people are gonna think, how they're gonna perceive you. Is it aligned with all the other things that you're doing? Like, is it coherent? Just create. If the thought and the desire is there, just let it go, let it out. And I felt such like great relief, as if I was abiding myself again to certain structures and the rules that were just in my mind telling me that I can't or I'm not supposed to do something, and maybe it's not the time, maybe I'm not ready, maybe I'm not enough, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And I was like, what if we drop that? And there's just like this flow of energy, the flow of great desire to create came up, and I was like, yeah, I gotta move on with those ideas and try them. Like, what's the worst case scenario? It's just not gonna work. At least I tried. And also, something that you all should remember, if you're watching me because you are kind of following my entrepreneurial journey, I do want to remind you, I remind myself, and I'm so grateful that I found it on Instagram the other day. There was a lady who, there was like an inspirational post about something like, do what you have to do, blah blah blah, and someone was like, yeah, but what you, and in the comment section, the person was like, what if you fail, in trying to pursue something? And the other comment, somebody replied to the comment saying, the regret of not trying is much more worse than the feeling of failure. Like, if you put them on a scale and you think about the regret of not doing something, like of actually feeling like you had an opportunity and you didn't take it, is much worse. Like, it's actually very painful. It's like, it hurts like hell, because you deep inside, you know, there was a chance to do something that you really wanted to do. And on the other side, you're like, oh, well, it didn't work out. Like, right, I failed. But it's only temporary. It doesn't last long, because until you try next time, like, people are going to forget. People are going to forget about your failures, and you are going to forget about your failures. We're just so tied to the, again, like, not making a mistake, not being perceived as this kind of person or this kind of person. And it's all traumas. Anyway, also on the other note, I'm gonna wrap up this video with some good and easy stuff. I'm going to Cuba to see my mom and my sister. I haven't seen them for a very long time, for 3 years. Yesterday I was at the Deportivo. It's like a fitness court thing, center. Just go there and run. And I was like, man, 3 years. 3 years is a long time. Every time I picture seeing them at the airport, I cry. I'm not gonna cry right now. I'm just gonna try to not picture them. And that's very exciting. And I think it's just gonna fulfill my heart. And hopefully maybe even explode my heart while I'm gonna be with them. So I'm gonna update you guys on my Cuba trip. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like life is taking a new twist and there is a new chapter. And I look forward to seeing how it's gonna unfold. Also, there is a huge eclipse coming up on April 8th. And I've been thinking if I should do something like important on April 8th. Maybe I'll launch one of my programs, one of my new projects, but we'll see. I'll keep you updated. I love you all. I hope you're having an amazing start of your week. And if you don't, please take time and be with yourself and support yourself and love yourself, because we all go through those not so perfect happy days. Love you.